My mother is dying. Only bush medicine can save her, the young Aboriginal child pleaded. But the nearest healer was 3 days away. White doctors refused to help. What could the child do? New South Wales, 1892. Small settlement Willow Creek, half-day's ride from Sydney, but worlds apart culturally. Here, white settlers and Aboriginal families lived in uneasy coexistence. Separate camps, separate lives, occasional trade, frequent tension. Wiremu was a 10-year-old Wiradjuri boy, small for his age, thin but with sharp, intelligent eyes. His mother, Kiah, was a respected bush medicine woman, tribal healer, midwife, keeper of traditional healing knowledge. His father had long been dead, a mining accident years ago. Wiremu and Kiah, just the two of them against the world. Kiah's reputation extended beyond the Aboriginal community. Occasionally, settlers would come, quietly, shamefully, seeking help modern medicine couldn't provide. Infertility, chronic pain, mysterious illnesses. Kiah helped without judgment, charging nothing, only accepting gratitude. But settler doctors hated her. Competition, they claimed. Dangerous primitive practices, they said. Really? They were threatened by a woman who made them look incompetent. Dr. Edmund Blackwood, the settlement's only doctor, was particularly hostile. A portly, red-faced, arrogant Englishman who believed white medicine was superior to all. Savage superstitions have no place in civilized medicine, he'd proclaim loudly in the pub. That October morning started normally. Wiremu woke and checked on his mother sleeping in the corner of their small bark hut. She looked pale, unusual, but maybe just tired. She'd been working hard lately, treating an outbreak of coughing sickness in the Aboriginal camp. "Mama, are you okay?" he whispered. Kiah stirred and smiled weakly. "Fine, my son. Just need rest. You go check the rabbit traps, bring water from the creek." Wiremu obeyed. He was a good boy, responsible beyond his years. Tragedy makes children grow up fast. He returned an hour later with 2 rabbits and a full water bucket. He found Kiah collapsed on the floor, burning with fever, barely conscious. "Mama!" He dropped the bucket and rushed to her side. "Mama, what's wrong?" Kiah's eyes struggled to focus. "Wiremu, I'm sick, very sick. The coughing disease. I caught it treating others." Terror gripped the boy's heart. The coughing sickness was deadly. Many in the camp had already died. "What do I do?" "Tell me what medicine." Need Yarramundi, elder healer 3 days north. He knows sacred healing for this disease. Only he." 3 days? You can't wait 3 days. "Must try. Traditional medicine compound, specific herbs, ceremony. Only Yarramundi knows complete treatment." Wiremu's mind raced. 3 days there, 3 days back. His mother wouldn't survive a week. "What about the white doctor?" "Dr. Blackwood?" Kiah shook her head weakly. "His medicine makes it worse. Bleeding, mercury, harsh treatments. Kills more than it saves. Need bush medicine." "But you're a bush medicine woman. Can't you tell me the treatment?" "Too complex. Never finished teaching you. Takes years to learn. Sacred knowledge, not for children. Yarramundi. Only hope." She coughed violently, blood speckling her lips. Wiremu felt tears coming. "I'll go get him. I'll run. Too far. Too dangerous for a child alone. The bush has many dangers." "Then what?" Wiremu shouted, desperate. "I can't just watch you die." Kiah reached weakly and touched her son's face. "My brave boy, there is one possibility. My medicine bag, notes I've kept, learning from Yarramundi over the years, some treatment information there, but incomplete, dangerous to attempt without full knowledge." "Where?" "Hidden. Under the floorboard, east corner, wrapped in possum skin." "But Wiremu, using medicine without proper training can kill the patient. Very dangerous." "More dangerous than doing nothing." She couldn't argue with that logic. Wiremu found the bag, a worn leather pouch containing dried herbs, small carved containers, and most importantly, bark sheets with charcoal writing. Kiah's notes, painstakingly recorded traditional knowledge. He brought it to his mother. "Show me. Teach me. I can do this." Kiah was too weak to refuse. Coughing sickness, need to clear lungs, reduce fever, strengthen spirit, 3-part treatment. She pointed with a trembling finger at the herbs. "Eucalyptus leaves, steam inhalation, boil in water, breathe the vapor, opens airways." "I can do that." "Kakadu plum powder, mixed with honey, 1 spoon every hour. Vitamin, immune strength." "Okay." And this? She pointed to a small carved wooden container. Most important, most dangerous. Bush medicine sacred compound made from rare plants, requires specific preparation, exact dosage. Too little, no effect. Too much, poison. Wiremu's hands shook. How much? 3 small drops in water, 3 times daily. No more, absolutely no more. Each drop counts. What if I make a mistake? Then I die faster. But without it, I die anyway. You must try. Wiremu wanted to cry, scream, beg for help, but Kiah needed him to be strong. He took a deep breath. I'll try. I promise. He started immediately. Boiled water, added eucalyptus leaves, helped his mother lean over the pot, breathing the steam. Her breathing eased slightly. He mixed kakadu plum powder with honey, difficult with shaking hands, but he managed, spooned it into his mother's mouth. Then came the hardest part, the sacred compound. He opened the container. Dark liquid, smelled bitter, medicinal. 3 drops. He counted carefully, mixed in water, gave it to his mother. Proud of you, Kiah whispered. So proud. The day progressed. Wiremu maintained the treatments, steam every few hours, kakadu mixture hourly, sacred compound 3 times. Kiah's fever remained high, but seemed stable, not worse, maybe not better, but not worse. By evening, word had spread in the Aboriginal camp. Kiah was sick. Wiremu was treating her. Elders came and looked grave. Boy too young, said Elder Daku. Medicine dangerous in untrained hands. Should take Kiah to white doctor. No, Wiremu said firmly. Mama said white medicine makes it worse. Bush medicine is the only hope. But if you fail, if she dies, people will blame you. Blame traditional medicine. If the white doctor fails, people already blame traditional medicine anyway. At least this way, we tried our way. Daku studied the boy. 10 years old, frightened, determined. He saw maturity beyond his years. You have your mother's spirit. Do what you think is right. We support you. The support was good, but it didn't make the treatment easier. The second day was worse. Kiah's fever spiked. She began hallucinating, speaking to spirits. Wiremu panicked. Is this normal? Should he increase the dosage? He checked his mother's notes frantically. He found a section on fever crisis, high fever part of healing, body fighting disease, maintain treatment, stay calm, add cooling herbs to steam. He added cooling herbs, peppermint, tea tree. He continued the protocol exactly as taught, 3 drops of sacred compound, not 2, not 4, 3. By evening, crisis hit. Kiah convulsed, coughed blood, stopped breathing for terrifying seconds. Wiremu screamed for help. Elder Daku came running, along with other Aboriginal healers. They started a traditional ceremony, singing, didgeridoo, smoke cleansing, combined with Wiremu's medicine treatments. Keep going, Daku encouraged. Don't stop the treatments. We'll support with ceremony. Through the night, the community maintained vigil, singing, praying, holding space for Kiah's healing. Wiremu, exhausted, continued the medicine routine like clockwork. On the 3rd morning, something changed. Kiah's fever broke. Her breathing was easier. Her eyes opened, focused, recognized her son. Wiremu, you did it. He collapsed in relief, sobbing. I was so scared. I didn't know if I was doing it right. You were. You saved my life. News spread fast. The Aboriginal community celebrated. A boy had saved his mother using traditional medicine, proof that bush medicine works. But Dr. Blackwood heard too. He was furious. He stormed into the Aboriginal camp that afternoon. Where's the boy? The one practicing medicine illegally? Wiremu stood up, small but defiant. I saved my mother. You? A child? Impossible. She recovered despite your primitive interference, not because of it. Your medicine would have killed her. How dare you? I should have you arrested. Practicing medicine without a license is illegal. Elder Daku stepped forward. He practiced traditional healing on his own mother. That's not illegal. Traditional healing? You mean witchcraft? Dangerous superstition? Superstition that saved a life when your medicine fails repeatedly. Dr. Blackwood's face turned purple. I'll report this. The government will shut down these dangerous practices. Go ahead, Daku said calmly. Explain to the government why Aboriginal traditional medicine succeeded where your expensive treatments fail. Dr. Blackwood left, threatening legal action. In the following days, Kiah slowly recovered, weak but improving steadily. Wiremu never left her side, continuing treatments until she was strong enough to take over. "You've learned more in 3 days than I taught you in 3 years," Kiah said proudly. "Crisis is a great teacher." I was terrified the entire time. What if I'd given the wrong dose? What if... But you didn't. You stayed calm, followed instructions, used the knowledge correctly. That's what a good healer does. "Am I a healer now?" Kiah considered. "You've taken the first big step. Real healing knowledge takes a lifetime to learn, but you've proven you have the gift. Steady hand, caring heart, ability to stay calm in a crisis. With training, you could become a great healer. Will you teach me everything?" "Everything I know, starting now." But Dr. Blackwood kept his promise. He reported to the colonial authorities. He claimed there were dangerous medical practices in the Aboriginal camp. An inspector came a week later and asked questions. Dr. Blackwood insisted on a formal inquiry. A hearing was held in the settlement hall. Dr. Blackwood presented his case. Unlicensed medical practice, dangerous compounds administered by an untrained child, risking public health, Wiremu testified, with Kiah beside him. "I used my mother's traditional medicine knowledge to save her life. Medicine passed down through generations, not dangerous, effective." Dr. Blackwood scoffed. "Anecdotal success proves nothing. One lucky outcome doesn't validate primitive practices." Then something unexpected happened. A settler woman stood up, Mrs. Catherine Mills, a respected farmer's wife. "I have something to say. 3 years ago, I was barren. My husband and I tried for a child, couldn't conceive. Dr. Blackwood's treatments failed, made me sicker. Finally, desperate, I went to Kiah. She gave me bush medicine treatment. 9 months later, I had a healthy baby girl." Murmurs filled the room. Another settler stood. "I had chronic pain in my back. Dr. Blackwood prescribed laudanum, made me addicted. Kiah used traditional healing, massage, herbs. Pain's gone, no addiction." More testimonies. One after another, settlers who'd secretly sought Aboriginal healing and found relief modern medicine couldn't provide. Dr. Blackwood sputtered. "These people they're confused. They probably would have healed anyway." The inspector held up his hand. "Enough testimonies." "I've heard enough. Dr. Blackwood, while I understand your concerns, the evidence suggests traditional Aboriginal medicine has value. Young Wiremu used his mother's teachings to save her life. No evidence of harm, plenty of evidence of help. But the law prohibits unlicensed medical practice on others for profit. The boy treated his own mother with family knowledge, no charge, not illegal, case dismissed." Dr. Blackwood left furious, but he couldn't touch Wiremu or Kiah legally. More importantly, something shifted in the community. Settlers began openly acknowledging the value of bush medicine. Some requested that Kiah teach them about medicinal plants. "We could learn from each other," Mrs. Mills suggested. "Modern medicine has strengths. Traditional medicine has strengths. Why not combine?" Kiah agreed. She started teaching interested settlers about bush medicine, not sacred knowledge, reserved for Aboriginal people, but basic healing herbs, wound treatment, fever management. In return, the settler nurse taught Kiah about sterilization techniques, anatomy knowledge from European medicine. The collaboration benefited everyone. When the next outbreak hit, a combined approach, European understanding of infection control, Aboriginal herbal treatments, saved many lives. Wiremu became a bridge between worlds. He learned both traditional healing from his mother and basic European medicine from the settler nurse. By age 15, he was the community's most sought-after healer, respected by both Aboriginal and settler families. One day, a visitor came to the camp. An old Aboriginal man, weathered face, carrying a staff carved with healing symbols. "I am Yarramundi," he introduced himself. "I heard about the boy who saved his mother using incomplete knowledge. Very impressive, very dangerous. You were lucky." Wiremu bowed respectfully. "I know I was lucky. I want to learn properly." Yarramundi studied him. "Most children your age only care about play. You care about healing. Why?" "Because I almost lost my mother. Because I saw how medicine, both kinds, can save lives. Because people need healing, and healers are rare." True answer. Good answer. He turned to Kiah. Your son has the gift. With your permission, I'll take him as an apprentice, teach him properly, sacred knowledge you couldn't fully pass on." Kiah looked at her son. "Would you want this?" The healer's path is hard. Long training, great responsibility, people's lives in your hands. Wiremu didn't hesitate. "I want this. When I thought I'd lose you, I felt so helpless. I never want to feel that way again. I want to learn everything possible about healing." So began Wiremu's formal training. Yarramundi taught him for 3 years, identifying hundreds of medicinal plants, preparation techniques, dosage calculations, ceremony protocols, spiritual aspects of healing. Kiah continued teaching too, practical applications, emergency treatments, how to calm frightened patients. The settler nurse taught European medicine basics, anatomy, infection control, surgical cleanliness. By 18, Wiremu was a fully trained healer, unique in combining 3 medical traditions: Aboriginal bush medicine, European clinical knowledge, and his own innovations born from combining both. When Yarramundi grew old, he passed on his role as regional healer to Wiremu. "You represent the future of medicine," the old man said, "not rejecting old ways, not blindly accepting new ways, taking the best of both, creating something better." Years later, Wiremu established a healing center, a place where both Aboriginal and settler families came for treatment. He employed both bush medicine techniques and European medical knowledge. Dr. Blackwood eventually retired, replaced by a younger doctor who respected Wiremu's work. The two collaborated on difficult cases, learning from each other. One evening, elderly Kiah watched her son treat patients: an Aboriginal child with fever, a settler woman with pregnancy complications, both receiving excellent care, combining medical traditions. "Remember that terrible day?" Kiah asked. "When I was dying, you were a terrified 10-year-old? "Every detail. Worst day of my life." "Mine too. But also the best day." "How can you say that?" "Because that day, you discovered your calling. That crisis forged you into the healer you became. Sometimes our worst moments teach the most important lessons. The lesson being, that love gives us courage, that knowledge gives us power, that crisis reveals our true character. You had all 3 that day. Loved me enough to try, had enough knowledge to succeed, had the character to stay calm under pressure." Wiremu thought about his 10-year-old self, shaking hands counting drops of medicine, terrified of killing his mother through a mistake. "I still get scared sometimes. Every difficult case." "Good. Fear keeps you careful. The day you stop fearing mistakes is the day you become dangerous." They sat in comfortable silence, watching the sun set over the settlement where 2 cultures now lived more peacefully, partly because medicine had built bridges. "Mama," Wiremu said eventually, "thank you for teaching me, for trusting me that day, for believing a 10-year-old could save your life. Thank you for proving I was right to believe." And so, from crisis came healing, not just Kiah's physical healing, but community healing, cultural healing, healing of prejudice and fear. All because one desperate boy refused to accept helplessness, took sacred responsibility, and used knowledge passed down through 50,000 years to save the person he loved most. Sometimes, that's all healing really is: love combined with knowledge, applied with courage in a moment of crisis. Wiremu's story spread. Other Aboriginal children saw that traditional knowledge had value, was worth preserving, learning, protecting. Other settlers saw that bush medicine wasn't primitive superstition, but a sophisticated healing system developed over millennia. Most importantly, Wiremu proved that healing transcends culture, politics, prejudice. A sick person is just a sick person. A healer is just a healer. Medicine that works is just medicine that works. In the end, that's all that matters, not who discovered it, not which tradition it comes from, not what authorities say about it, just one simple question: does it heal? For Wiremu, the answer was always yes. Bush medicine heals. Modern medicine heals. Combined, both together, they heal even better. And it all started with a desperate 10-year-old boy, a dying mother, and bush medicine that saved them both.